something we've been seeing out of Webb a lot. We've been seeing with the Corrin all night. I assumed he would go something else, but we're gonna see the Corrin here.
Webb's been sticking Corrin through and through. They're just dedicated to it for the remainder of this bracket run. And I respect it.
Yeah, he was really making RMA realize he's got to learn how to deal with that chainsaw forward smash, because most of his stock stat match that he played went to that. So there's a possibility that
he just kept getting chainsawed on shield. It was tragic.
It was actually funny. I am a huge fan of the fact that there's a WebbJP fanboy account that has been actively playing and getting like further and further in bracket. And we get to see the possibility of them two play each other. Is that just a paid actor though? Like, will he always just dip out?
Oh. Wi-Fi air dodge, but he's fine. It's a Lucas player from Texas. I can't remember what their name was before, but I looked into it. I was like, yeah, this is a real person who decided that they were a WebbJP fanboy account.
Hey, yeah, you just gotta commit to your heroes, I guess. But right now, here in this game, I'm actually on Smashville. What do you think about this matchup overall for Corrin? I mean, obviously you don't want to be side being directly on him, but for Ken here on this small stage, I feel like this kind of works pretty well for him.
Yeah, so that's what I was gonna say. Like, there's, if anything that Corrin wants in this matchup, it's space, because you've got, you know, long, distended, disjointed hitboxes that can hit from quite a bit farther than Ken can hit you, except for with a move like Hadouken. And if Ken manages to close the distance and gets close to you, he blows your stocks out of the water. Like right here, he just took almost 30% from just getting jabbed once.
I really like. Oh, there we go. Finally finds that. It's such a strong move. You got to be careful on spot dodges and everything, and that is such an easy way to bait them out. But Sytonix's mix-up game is so good. He went for that back throw before to try to mix up to a spike. Now at 10%, this is a perfect window to trade. Like, you're at low percent here. Be willing to swing and fight back.
Speaking of swing, there goes that raw Shoryuken. Not quite going to connect, but if it does, Webb is dead. And that is that's the big thing that you always have to keep in mind playing against Ken. You're like 1 or 2 conversions, 1 or 2 Ken strings, and maybe 1 Shoryuken away from dying. But right now, all the momentum is in WebbJP's favor, as he does so much, bringing this all the way back. He's going to take the stock there with yet another neutral B.
Caught him with the same exact setup, decided to B reverse off of the platform, catches him with the neutral B, and Webb, like, was basically unchallenged and took next to no damage at whole stock prior, but that down smash finally going to get it.
Yeah, so that down smash sends him at an unrecoverable angle, and he's just going to have to accept his fate and fall to his doom.
Yeah, that's one of the few things that can be a little bit messed up for them in this matchup. Even though they got a slight recovery buff recently, it's still pretty low. Oh, are you dead? Wait, who's that first? It was, oh my god, Sytonix. Okay, so Webb walks away from it. That, like, wow, literally put it all on, just bet it all on that down air.
No, he bet it all on black and came out on top. What a psychopath, dude.
I love it. I love it. People get crazy like that. It can throw you off. You're not expecting it. Sytonix was probably not at all prepared for that either. So you don't think, oh, I can go, I'll go off stage. I've been pressuring him a bunch off stage. I'm winning.
Tell me who would be prepared for that. Tell me. Go ahead.
I mean, yeah, you're right. It's like, why? All you're thinking after you're done with that, it's like, why the hell did you do that? But the only response is, I mean, I won, didn't I?
Like,
you
that's
just want to throw the controller at him.
That's a moment like at an offline bracket where there are only 2 responses to it. That's either just you fist bump him and go, yeah, okay. Or you just you walk away from the set because you're about to say some stuff you'll both regret.
I'm telling you, I've seen stuff that definitely wasn't intentional and get KOs like that, and then you just watch. You see the chairs get knocked over. You see people get angry. Controllers get thrown on top of buildings, which has happened in the past.
Dude,
you just don't expect them to be that way. It's like, why would you ever do that?
There was this dude at my local venue, who played Luigi. And he had like it was a pretty crappy Power A GameCube controller, right? And he died because he misfired one time, and that controller disintegrated, dude. He spiked it so hard. I don't think we found all the pieces. They went everywhere.
It's the little things we miss about the locals. People smashing their controllers and then complaining they have to pay $100 for a new one nowadays. But I like this stage here switch up for Sytonix because it worked pretty well in the way that you know, Wadi was approaching the matchup before. I mean, he didn't end up winning, but he was doing a solid job of like getting in on the rob on that last game. But here, he doesn't have to worry so much about that spacing while still having the combo game.
Now, getting caught in shield, that's going to be the poke from the crescent kick to knock WebbJP off stage. He's got to be really careful about how he gets back on. The down air is going to knock Sytonix away, though, and give him at least a moment of temporary respite. But wow, into the Tatsu right there in the air to get so much percent. 93 now built up. Webb has the opportunity to die. No, he's still going to live.
Yeah, good GI from Webb until he decided to go a little bit too far down, avoiding that Hadouken. So it works out anyways. I like it. I definitely like that. One of the best things that both Ryu and Ken have going for him is that focus on landing. And when you don't have a multi-hit, you got to respect it. So you see that Webb's kind of giving him the respect. However, he's being forced once again to the side. Like, when Sytonix with a lead is so scary.
Because he's been consistently, every opponent he's been, oh. Okay, for a second I thought WebbJP died there. I thought he went too low. But every opponent that Sytonix has been up against throughout this bracket, he's been consistently just forcing into the corner. And when your opponent is trapped in the corner, that's where Ken, like, that's where all the Shotos, but specifically Ken, really, really shine, as he's demonstrating here with deadly precision. WebbJP now down 3 stocks to 1.
Those past few stocks, he's just been forcing Webb into such a weird position to recover that he's able to just catch him at the ledge so easy. And like you were saying before, with this lead, he's not at up throw percent just yet. That's why you see Webb not trying to commit. That side B was definitely meant to be an insta-pin, so that's unfortunate he gave up stage positioning. But he can find an up throw soon. He just needs to have a stock similar to what he did in that other game on Smashville, where he got relatively untouched. And I don't know if that's going to happen here.
Something that I want to point out about Sytonix's neutral as WebbJP manages to catch that up air to get the stock. Sytonix is almost always throwing out these like fade back aerials that do such a good job of baiting out an option from your opponent, because you go like, oh, it's unsafe on shield, I can punish him for this. Yeah, but he's fading back. You're not going to be able to get the punish for it. Every time one of those like punish options comes out, Sytonix just kind of like holds up the Yu-Gi-Oh card and goes, aha.
That's that spacing and option coverage, man. You just put out that aerial. If they happen to move in, beautiful. If they don't, you keep your punish window low. And he's just so good at that. Like, he's really playing just like the neutral game, the footsies well, the baits. Like, it becomes that much more frustrating, even having a disjoint, because you have to commit. It's not like Corrin has a good projectile. That's a game going to Sytonix, though. I'm wondering where we go to next.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna say, I think Webb needs to go either town or maybe PS2 again. Just somewhere, because I think FD is a terrible idea.
Did we even play PS2 on game 1? I could have sworn we were on Smashville.
Sorry, yeah, we were on Smashville. So I think we need to either go to PS2 or town.
Yeah,
Smashville and Small Battlefield. Smashville and Small Battlefield cannot be done here. Like, sure, he managed to get Clutch out the game, but it was thanks to that insanely risky down air play. And I think FD would be awful for him without platforms to cover himself on. So if Webb needs to get him to a bigger stage, and he needs to get him away from the bigger stages without any platform coverage.
Yeah, and which is crazy because like Webb loves FD, but I don't see it with the Corrin. If he's committed to staying with the Corrin, I think that we definitely find ourselves on something with the wider stage. Like you said, maybe Town might just be the only option available because he gets rid of PS2, but I would like to see PS2 here so there's a bit more room to work with. But instead, we're actually going back to the smaller stage.
So, sure, Webb won game 1, but he was on the verge of losing everything on it, especially, and he just went for the last-ditch play of the down air that killed both of them, that just killed him slightly later than it did Sytonix.
Yeah, and he had that one really good stock where he just kind of opened up a bunch, took him with no damage. I mean, this is good openings here. Oh, if he got that near reset, that would have been a solid amount of damage too. But the thing is, it's still going to be great for Sytonix because it's way less work for him to get in. And just one opening, like so, could just straight up give him a large lead.
Yeah, speaking of opening, that's going to be, what was that, 30% just for one missed option? Sytonix using the delay from the Hadouken to avoid the pin there. What a beautiful play. And now holding down the advantage state just barely. Oh my god, that's so dumb. Why did that work?
You know what? Honestly, I agree with it because Webb has just been pressuring you a whole bunch, trying to get his way in, force you off stage. Why not, right?
No, like, no shade to Sytonix. It worked to perfection. It just shouldn't have.
Oh no, I agree. I don't think it was. I don't think you were throwing any shade at all. I think just in that situation, it's like, why did it work? But it makes a lot of sense why he went for it. And here in this like second stock, you see both of them. Like it's just a hefty amount of respect between the two.
No!
But the punish game has just been so good from Sytonix.
And right now, Webb is in. Oh! My heart, dude. He's still living. He's still living. That's all we can say for now. As WebbJP lands with that nair and puts up with the fair, looking for the back air, but can't quite connect with it. Sytonix beating out the neutral beat with that landing nair. And now, having Webb trapped on ledge, exactly where he wants him. Let's see what he does with it. Going to get the Tatsu. Tatsu back two and parrying the crescent kick for the kill. Oh!
After not even getting anything off of that initial Tatsu and backing off, flexing on him with a parry into the punish, Sytonix 100% knew that he was going to try and go for him. I don't even know if that was maybe a bait just to go for that.
I absolutely loved the Tatsu into Tatsu to retreat. Still living even after that chainsaw. Still living after that up B. Sytonix holding onto this stock for dear life, trying to get as much extra as he can, and he's going to connect. He's going to connect with the... Oh my God, the down
the
B.
American World Champ, baby. He's got that weight to him. It's that much
Dude,
harder for him to
he's
die,
dead.
but not for Webb. Webb is dead.
That was... Okay, so right there, Sytonix was given such a huge boon by Webb getting a little bit over-aggressive on the down B. So sure, he gets the down B, gets the hit in, and then takes 60% off of that one mistake. That's the scariest thing about playing against Ken, and the scariest thing about playing against a Ken player as good as Sytonix. Because you mess up once, and he is going to take you for all you're worth.
Yeah, and another thing we haven't seen too much of in this matchup so far, but can be a real detriment to Corrin's success, is that Corrin is usually great at frame trapping landings left and right with those forward airs, landing nairs, falling up air. It's not as easy against Ken because Ken could early Tatsu, you can switch into focus attack, which is just going to get away from the pressure, and it takes away a majority of where Webb would get his damage because he can't control him the same way that you would do against most other characters because of all the escape options. It's been really, really noticeable so far throughout the set.
Webb just going to run it right back to Smashville. I'm going to say, I don't think it was the stage that caused that. Obviously, that was just Sytonix getting some amazing reads and amazing punishes. But I also don't think this stage was the right choice for Webb here.
Yeah, I mean, hey, Webb's committed to the idea. It's like, I want to stay in, I want to box with them, and like just find ways to catch him on landings. It's just still, the main thing so far between them is that although Webb finds his openings, he doesn't get nearly as much as Sytonix. And if Webb can change that, if Webb can find his way to maybe catch him with things like that and get early KOs, I'll feel better. But there it is right there. Look, that's one of Corrin's best things they got going for him. And he has not only fared his way out so far, but then he focus attacks. That's huge damage Webb doesn't get.
The focus attacks from Sytonix so far have been, oh, but he is going to get caught by that. That should be the stock, and now Webb takes the lead. Got to be really careful about getting up on a Corrin at ledge, but Sytonix looking to take the stock right back. Webb barely living through it. Got to remember your correct DI on Shoryu. And now actually set themselves up on stage with the opportunity to get some extra credit, but only 22.4 taken before the second Shoryu comes out to play.
Beautiful KO there from Sytonix. Not only did he force the shield pressure down, but he put him into a situation where he had to guess. Do I jump or do I get thrown off stage and possibly get down smash? He had to guess and he guessed right. Like Sytonix really understands how to condition or just react well to what Webb wants to do. And you can see like Webb is being a lot more respectful now because he understands like I've been getting hit way too hard when I overcommit.
And that's the understanding that Webb is bringing to this game for that he was sorely lacking is, oh no, he's still living, but maybe not for too much longer. But Webb needs to understand that overcommitting, getting over-aggressive in any of these situations is exactly what's causing all of these kills. He's got the disjoints. He's got the ability to space because Webb's spacing, like as a player, is beautiful. And he's got the ability to just keep him stuffed out.
Oh, a good SDI and air dodge away like that. He caught him at a weird portion of that forward smash because that works tremendously on neutral get up. But forcing him off stage once again, Webb needs to find like an insta pin at the edge. Oh, actually, Sytonix just rolls his way right back into center stage, so that ledge trap Webb got is completely gone.
right now, I think it's really going to come down to who takes this next stock. Whoever can play with a little bit of rage and a little bit of extra credit is going to be in such a good position for the remainder of this game. Webb's going to get the pin into side B, but it's not quite going to kill Sytonix, living to see another day. Let's see how long that day lasts, though, with Webb getting this grab back throw and a potential edge guard coming out here.
Webb is really changing up the way he's playing. He's playing mid-range pressure games so well, just using those like instant pin cancels, just trying to make it look like he's going to do something to move forward, just putting out like short hop pressure, but not going in. It's very similar to what we saw Wadi doing earlier, and I think it's working because now you see it's making Sytonix act preemptively, assuming something will come, but now Webb's playing more of a reaction punish-based game, and that's why we got into even. This set has been really, really good. We've had a really good top 8 so far.
Honestly, that's the key to beating Ken, is forcing that, like, is playing reactionary, playing bait punish, and forcing them into options that they think are going to work well, and then just absolutely do not. But Sytonix still going to manage to take the stock, still holding on to his own stock at 184%, still holding on to it after that up tilt and everything. This grab up throw should absolutely do it, and it does. But 53% is nothing to sneeze at, especially when that means kill percent.
Yeah, that was well played by, like, Webb was able to get him to hold shield because he multiple times was throwing out off tilts on landing because he knew, oh, I'm at KO%, I gotta move, and then he kept getting hit, so it's like, all right, well, I gotta hold shield at this point. Webb set him up well. This is looking like a possible game number 5 incoming, but Webb has to be careful here because he's pretty much at KO% now, especially on the platform, almost dying there to shore you. He's only got like 1 or 2 mistakes possible left.
These down tilts are so scary too because it cuts off so many of Webb's options on the ledge. Looking for the Tatsu, but not quite connecting with it. That was so scary. Webb,
I don't know if
one mistake away from death. No, I think he
Oh!
wanted the Shoryu there, not the Tatsu, and the Tatsu almost screwed him over. But he's still Sytonix, man. He still comes back to stage and just gets that easy Shoryu.